but I
Dude,
just thought it was a little
so Hillary
joke that they
Clinton did
did.
her basket of deplorables thing, right? And so then they went to measure it. Like, hey, let's see if it's true. Are half of Trump's supporters deplorable or not? And then they asked some questions. I don't remember all four, but I remember at least one of them I qualified as deplorable, I think. I think the question was, like, are black people more likely to be criminal or something like that? And I was like, man, I feel like I'm on the deplorable side of this answer, even though that's not how I think of myself.
Are they?
I feel like the numbers are.
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of research and statistics that would suggest that a black person is much more likely to commit a crime than a white person.
Like if
Or,
the question
or at the
was,
very least, much more likely to be convicted of a crime than a white person.
okay,
Dude, the
Taylor,
fact that they're trying to
I'm
rationalize.
going to ask Taylor a question
Okay.
and see if he's deplorable or not. Are black people less likely to get PhDs than Asian people?
Probably, if
Yeah,
you go
fucking
by
obviously. You think Asian people get the most PhDs, and I don't know if black people
Do they?
get the least. There's always some Native American Indian.
Gotta be the
by
Asian-
proportion,
all those-
yeah,
all those
Asian people
Arab
probably get the
pussies.
most.
Yeah.
And Indians lump in with Asians. Don't forget that.
Well, they are a clear first place if they have Indian people as well.
All those
They are
doctors,
Asian,
all
so
those
they get
people
to
in the
get
medical
lumped in.
field, all those engineers.
So it's like,
Oh,
man,
markets.
like some of these things, I feel like when you're trying to define their deplorableness, there's some
Well, it's
stats
because
here.
it's because they didn't actually want to be like, all right, we're gonna have an even keeled, just reasonable survey and see what they say. No, it was a leading survey. I'm sure I haven't looked through it, but you don't just write an article called, you know how our presidential candidate called tens of millions of people deplorable? Instead of condemning that comment, let's look deeper and try and justify it. Like, that's clearly agenda-driven and ridiculous. The fact that so little was made out of the deplorable comment in the mainstream media was kind of ridiculous. Like, imagine if Trump insinuated that half of Hillary's supporters were not just wrong and believed the incorrect thing, but deplorable as people. Their character is messed up. They're bad people. Like, that would never leave the news cycle. That was so shitty of her to say. That half of her opponent's supporters are deplorable. Like that, it's beyond the pale, shittiness. And it's ridiculous. I know she ended up coming out and redacting it because she even must have realized, like, ugh, shouldn't be calling
working for
half
her.
of those people deplorable.
It wasn't working for her, right? Like, I think she went and said, you know what? I feel bad. I wish I hadn't said that because it was costing her support. They were loving with it, and I kind of liked the deplorable side of it. All of a sudden they're like, oh, we're deplorables. They put a shirt on, they get the deplorable hat, they're happy. It's like calling a gun owner an infidel. You really haven't hurt their feelings at all. They're like, infidel? Shit, I need a patch that says that. That's kind of funny. I need the infidel tattoo in Arabic language. And, you call a gun owner an infidel and you haven't hurt his feelings one bit, typically. And I
You know what I hate just as much as the deplorable thing and, like, her saying it is all of the a lot of the alt-right people, like, co-opting it, trying to, like, take it back, where it's like, oh, I'm deplorable Steve, look at my Twitter handle. And it's like, you're not, anybody who's on the fence when they see that isn't going to be like, wow, he really took back the word deplorable. They're going to be like, no, this guy, like, they either won't get it or they will just think that he's an idiot. Like, I don't like, why try and pull that, why label yourself as deplorable? Why?
I don't know.
Like,
I thought it was
doesn't
the
make any
perfect
sense.
response. In my opinion, like when you take back deplorable and suddenly make it like a dig, and like I will, like when they call him a liberal, I will take that pin and I will wear it with pride because that's how I feel. The set of beliefs is good for me. Suddenly, like deplorable takes a new meaning when you take it back. I thought it was a clever response.
I don't
Debate
think
in 3
it's
days,
that.
right?
Yeah,
Monday.
I think.
That's
3
the
or
big
4.
day. That's what it's all about, boys and girls. That's when I think we may very well find out who will be our next president. If Trump crushes her, then that's it. I think it could start a downward spiral. It could put him over the edge to get those pink states red or whatever he needs to do to make this thing happen. But I really am looking forward to it. I hope he doesn't embarrass himself. I hope he doesn't look stupid, and I hope it's funny because I'm gonna watch every minute of it.
Well, I hope it's not funny.
I hope it's funny in a good way. I hope he makes a joke at her expense and then says a statistic. Hillary Clinton can't swallow her own lies. 1 in 5 American men today does not have a job. That should be his whole mantra. That should be boom bang. It's like it should be a 1-2 punch every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hillary Clinton's an old crazy lady. I'm gonna bring employment back to the black community. Just boom boom. That should be his style from now on. That's all he should do. But he can't get caught in the weeds. Just running off at the mouth and kind of going everywhere. And 1 minute he's talking about the Mexicans and how they're going to pay for stuff, and the next he's talking about Bill Clinton. He's got to stay focused.
I kind of want to live stream us watching the debates together.
What time's it going to be?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably
We'll see.
8 p.m. Eastern, like a prime time.
I'm probably up for that.
Yeah,
I've been
I'm down to
watching
watch it.
Filthy's. I've been watching Filthy's live streams. I've been watching him play a lot of Civ lately, trying to learn from him. It's so I was telling Chiz this. It's so frustrating to watch Filthy play because every time I watch, I learn something else. So it's like I don't feel like I'm ever catching up to him in like game knowledge of that game. He's so fucking good. I did beat it on Deity for the first time by myself this week, so that was fun. That was real good.
Big evening. Congratulations. That is very hard.
Yeah,
I think.
What I like about that difficulty mode is like right below it says only the best players in the world will beat this difficulty mode. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, fucking no problem. We beat it in like turn 180 or something.
Is there a higher level? Is there a god? Deity is the top.
Yep. About the debate thing, I think if Trump goes out there and does his shtick that he did at like the Republican debates where it's just like, oh, lazy Hillary or crooked Hillary or this, that, and the other, like, it's not going to go over well. He's going to look like an insecure douche who's desperately trying to cling on, and it'll just kind of reinforce what the media is trying to push, that Hillary's going to win this by a landslide, like easy peasy. But, and also, like, even if he gets a good dig,
I wonder what he's about to say.
I don't know. He may not be able to get it out.
Even if he gets a good dig, let's finish it. They're not going to give him credit for his clever dig, or it's going to be written off as just a Trumpism if he gets a good dig, and it won't stick in the way that, like, when Reagan got a good dig, it changed the course of the debates.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much media attention on Trump. It's going to get played. Like, they're going to play it over and over. People will see it, and they'll make their own minds up. And Fox News will give them credit where credit's due, whether they like it or not. Yeah, we never talked about Roger Ailes losing his job at Fox News over the sexual harassment stuff. I guess he was like, make sure that you can see her legs in that shot. I think they're making a big mistake here. I think Roger Ailes' sexual harassment, if we're going to call it that, has driven Fox News to be the number one in cable. Number one in cable news. Because there's hot chicks on there all the time. It's like pornography. I feel bad that Roger Ailes lost his job, unless he did something real bad. All I heard that he did was, like, basically encouraging them to show a little skin on the air. But maybe I don't have the whole story there. I wonder if we lost Taylor for... Oh, he's still on Skype.
He'll be back. Yeah. Shit, I don't know. I'm torn. It's like the Super Bowl's going to happen on Monday, but we've talked too much politics over time.
Yeah.
That's where we are. Too much football. All they do is talk about football. But the Super Bowl's on Monday.
All there's left to do is play the game. Yeah. It's